What's up, Tim Sykes, millionaire mentor and trader here answering your questions. A lot of people say, what is the best pattern? What is the best strategy if I could just learn one? And my answer is that there is no one magic formula. There is no one magic pattern or magic strategy to success. The problem, the gift and the curse, the good and the bad, is that the stock market, and especially low price stocks, it's a moving target. Sometimes earnings winners are great. This is why I have 300 plus video lessons on earnings winners on Profitly. Sometimes dip buying morning panics are great. This is why I now have 600 video lessons on that. Oftentimes buying multi-day breakouts on OTCs. I have 700 plus video lessons on that. Sometimes short selling first red day or shorting into morning spikes. I have video lessons on that. So it's good to learn a whole bunch of different strategies and different patterns. The good news is there's not unlimited patterns. There's not unlimited strategies. Like, you can boil it all down to basically maybe a dozen, maybe 24 patterns. That's it. And if you learn each of them, and you'll have favorites and you'll have, things that you just don't like. If you learn each of them, you'll be prepared if and when the strategy changes. I'll give you an example. Back in 1999 and 2000, when I first got started, I made nearly $1 million on one pattern, buying penny stock breakouts. But as 2000 happened and the NASDAQ crashed, 2001, 2002, the whole market was crashing, there were no more penny stock breakouts. I had to adapt, and I made my second million by short selling the pumps. So I didn't even know about short selling at first. I'm very thankful and very grateful, because if I had learned short selling in 98, 99, I probably would have been wiped out. Short selling became very, very good back in 2000, 2001, 2002. So I learned both of them. Now I've made millions going long. I've made millions going short. I mainly go long these days just because I'm a teacher, and most students, even when I profit very well shorting, students don't like it. Students get offended. They can't find shares to short. It hurts their head. So sometimes I have like a 20 or 30% win on a shorting a pump and dump at Interactive Brokers. Interactive Brokers oftentimes has shares to short, but a lot of people can't afford Interactive Brokers. A lot of people don't want to know how to short sell. And so they literally get offended, like they cancel. They stop their education short because they're like, this hurts my brain. And I'm like, I don't want anybody to stop their education because they don't like a strategy. So for me, I've tailored my strategy. I've tailored my trading to you guys, the students. This is why I trade with a small account, because I show how to grow a small account, and I show how to grow it, exponentially. And frankly, I think for that, dip buying, morning panics and buying breakouts is best. But I know a lot of students who do like short selling. So try all these different strategies, learn from different traders, learn from me, learn from Tim Grittani, learn from Mark Crook and Michael Good. We're all in the Trading Challenge. In the Trading Challenge chat room, we give live webinars every single week so that you can take a little something from each of us. None of us, have the exact same strategy. We've all made 7 figures, which is kind of cool, learning from experienced self-made millionaires, which I don't think you have that anywhere else. You have a lot of newbies teaching these days. You have a lot of people who claim to be millionaires. They don't show every single trade. They don't show their tax returns. They don't show their audits. So you have a lot of fakers. We're real. For better or worse. We don't win every single time. A lot of the time we make mistakes, but we're gonna be honest about it. Like, you can learn from mistakes. I'm not ashamed of the mistakes that I make. I'm not ashamed when sometimes I screw up. I'm not ashamed sometimes when I lose. Sometimes I just buy a stock and I'm just dead wrong. I buy into a wall of sellers and the stock just cracks and I cut my losses quick. That's rule number 1. So I'm gonna try to teach you every single thing that I've learned. I'm gonna try to teach you multiple strategies, multiple patterns. Don't feel like you have to copy me on any one trade or any one strategy. In fact, I want you to be self-sufficient. That's the beautiful thing about all my top students. They haven't just made a lot of money. They don't need me anymore. I'm just training wheels. I don't want you to need me 2, 3, 5, 10 years from now. I can be your introduction. And that's what I like. A lot of people don't have any mentor in the beginning. I think Wall Street and almost all of social media is not geared towards people with small accounts. Brokers don't like me because I say, don't trade as much as you think that you should. Brokers make their money through commissions. I make my money through students, and I still trade too, but I donate my trading profits to charity. My main business is teaching. So I'm invested in your success. The more successful you are, the more successful my main business is. And frankly, the happier I am. I get a lot of enjoyment and a lot of fulfillment out of creating, millionaire students and creating students who frankly are very self-sufficient within a few years. That's my whole goal here. So leave a comment just below this video. Let me know if this makes sense. I'll teach you multiple different strategies and patterns. You choose what works best for you. And don't be afraid if you might like one pattern and then like a year later or 2 years later, you might be like, oh, I see this other pattern, it's growing on me. That's cool. It's not an exact science. You always have to be adapting. You have to think of yourself as a scientist, and you're always experimenting. You're always trying different stuff and seeing what works. That's what you can do. Cheers. I hope you have a good day. Hey, Tim Sykes, Millionaire Mentor and Trader. Thank you for watching my videos. I hope that they help you. I want to share everything that I've learned over the years. You can check out more videos right over there, and also click subscribe so that you can watch all of these videos, get that knowledge, and become my next millionaire student.